So this is me, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first video out of a series of videos that I hope to share with the world, and I'm confident and I'm sure that somehow, somewhere, someone in this planet might be experiencing something similar to what I'm experiencing. So my name is Julan. A pigeon just appeared right in front of me. My name is Julan and I live in Dubai. And I left the corporate world around 6 months ago. I've been working for around 15 years, doing so many things. I worked in really, really great companies, international organizations. I worked in the tech sector. I learned a lot. I studied economics while I was growing up. And the truth is that I want to leave all that behind. And the reason I want to leave all that behind is because I realized that I'm living on a script that was never written for me. I'm not living from my heart. I'm not living comfortably. I'm just doing things that people expect me to do. And it's very difficult to break free from that dynamic. And I genuinely believe that every human being maybe faces that dynamic. It's not only about finding our authentic voice like a new age spiritualist would try and tell us. It's something deeper, really breaking free from our programming and trying to reach a space and a rhythm in our life that actually expresses our truth. That is something that is not easy. That is something that I think is a true and great achievement, or something that we should actually be aiming for in our lives. So I live in Dubai. I left my job 6 months ago. The first thing I did after I left my job was I got to work. I got to work so hard, right? Like I wanted to start my own AI company. I wanted to start AI education. Worked on a course, worked on these online training modules. I wanted to start a podcast. I wanted to write a book, which I actually ended up doing and writing. But there was so much pressure for me to produce. I felt like if I'm not producing, then somehow I'm not relevant, that somehow I'm not worthy. Even my nervous system wouldn't feel safe and comfortable knowing that I left a high-power job where I was making so much money. And then all of a sudden, I'm doing nothing. The idea of doing nothing was so intolerable for my body, for my mind, for my system, that I was acting completely out of compulsion. And it was only after a few trips that I took to India and a few travels that I did in a few places around the world that I realized that I'm just acting all the time out of fear. Everything I do is motivated by fear. Everything I do somehow is imbued with this understanding that if I don't produce, if I don't put something out there, if I don't ship an idea or a product, if I don't monetize, if I don't scale, then I'm going to be very poor. Then I'm going to be disconnected from the world. I'm going to be disconnected from society. I'm going to be somehow irrelevant, that I'm not going to be able to find a woman that loves me or looks up to me or respects me. I'm not going to be able to start a family. I'm not going to be able to have a happy life. All of this programming is inside of me and I'm just sick and tired of it. And so I've spent the past few weeks, literally maybe 2 or 3 weeks, doing nothing, sitting every day, being in complete presence, going for a walk, slowing down my life so much, and it has been intolerable. It has been intolerable because our bodies, our modern nervous systems are so used to just working at a pace that is absolutely inconceivable and absolutely potentially even unhealthy for the way our bodies are built. And I could do this living in a cave. I can go and retreat and go to India or go to any other country or go to Bali and just live a life that is like eat, pray, love. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't want to do that. I'm in one of the most hectic, busy, I would even say potentially materialistic cities in the world. All big cities are materialistic, but I'm living in Dubai. And it's difficult to come and to say that you want to stay here, you want to stay in the matrix, you want to stay plugged in, but you want to live differently. Even the idea of not having nature around me. Like if you want to live this lifestyle, you want to slow down. Having access to great amount of nature around you is very important because it helps you calm your nervous system. It helps you center yourself. It helps you every day realize that, things are okay. You can take things day by day. But living in a high rise on the 27th floor makes it very difficult to be connected to the natural environment around me, especially in a city like Dubai. So that is another challenge that I think I'm facing. But I guess the reason I'm making this video is not only to share challenges with you, but also to tell you what it feels like to wake up every morning. So every morning I wake up and naturally, just in the morning, what comes to my mind first is, I need to find a job. you need to find a job. You need to find a job. Even though I am so set on breaking free from the matrix, even though I am so set on building a new life for myself, a life that is more aligned, something is hardwired into my nervous system. There's a great fear that is hardwired into my body that keeps me from actually breaking free. I wake up in the morning and it feels heavy. It feels heavy, like you need to find a job. What are you doing? You're wasting your life. You're wasting your time. You're going to ruin yourself. You're going to become unemployable. All of these things start echoing from my unconscious. They come to my conscious awareness. And I realize that obviously I've trained myself and I'm aware of this. So in the morning now I use this new phrase or this new mantra. I say to myself, you know what? I'm not wasting my life. I'm not wasting my time. Actually, what I'm doing now is I'm training myself to not do any action that is motivated by fear, and to only do an action that comes from a place of alignment with my authentic voice, my authentic self, and my authentic truth. And automatically when I say that, I feel calmness again. I feel stability again. I feel that this voice in my head sort of relaxes and understands that there is a structure, that there is something, there is an objective that we're aiming for. So it's a very organic process. Breaking free from the matrix is not something easy. It is not something that's only psychological. It's actually very biological. It really is, like in the movie, like when they remove that plug from somebody's body and like you see Neo and Morpheus like breaking free from the matrix. It truly is a biological process. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. And it's the most difficult thing, I think, is that we don't realize that we say we want to follow our hearts. We say we want to live authentically. But if you leave everything and you just sit and you don't have a job anymore and you can do anything you want in the world, you will realize how difficult it is to actually hear the voice of your heart or to actually hear your authentic voice, because it's covered by so many layers of conditioning. It's literally impossible to access that voice. It's very difficult. So then begins a journey of actually deconditioning yourself. The only way you can do that is through raising your awareness, by engaging in various practices. So whether that is reading, whether that is walking, whether that is talking to people that are, have been through this before, whether that's watching a YouTube video, whether that's meditating, whether that's traveling to a certain country where you can have access to ancient teachings that can help you do what you're doing. Because funnily enough, even though we're living in the modern day and age, this is something that people have been trying to do for thousands of years. You see, we think it's difficult for us to unplug from the matrix now because we have YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and, I don't know, a nice car and all of this crazy stuff and streaming services and Netflix. But the truth is, this is something that people have been trying to do forever. It's nothing new. It's just the flavor and the container that we find ourselves in today is different. And only when we realize that this is something that people have been trying to do for a very long time can we understand that it's actually a worthy cause. It's actually not a reaction to all of the shit that's around us. It's actually something that people have been trying to do forever. It's a natural response to an ancient calling that is in each and every one of us. And today, in this day and age, we have to respond because we have to respond differently, right? Because obviously the nature of our life is different. We are in a world where we need to work. We need to work really hard. We need to be plugged into a system. We need to have a 9 to 5 to be able to afford a mortgage, to be able to start a family, to be able to buy a car, to be able to send our kids to university, to be able to go on a vacation. Everything is like industrially packaged into these little containers that we aim for, that we want to live for. So of course, breaking free from the matrix is going to have a very different taste and a very different set of challenges. But whether it's today or whether it's, 1,000 years ago, it's the same set of challenges, because everything begins and ends in our own minds. And just like I started by saying in the beginning of this video, the biggest challenge for me is my own mind, because my mind is telling me that what I'm doing is wrong. My mind is telling me that I'm in danger. My mind is trying to tell me all the time, and it means well. My mind is not evil. It's just, that's how it's been programmed. That's what it knows. It's saying to me that you're in danger. You shouldn't be doing this. It's dangerous. And all I can do is show up every day and try to be as honest and sincere as I can. All I can do is maybe create this 10-day challenge where every single day I would like to spend a few minutes sharing a message so that I can know that I'm still on track, so that I can know that all of this actually makes sense. Hoping that there is somebody out there in the world that thinks the same way, that feels the same way, that struggles with the same questions, that might have a similar background to me, or that might have a similar future aspirations as I do. Because in that hope gives me a lot of hope. It actually gives my brain and my nervous system a lot of hope to be able to continue on the path that I am so adamant and so hoping that will actually work out. Imagine a future where I can share my truth, where I can advocate for causes that I actually believe in, where I can use all the skills that I've learned in the past 15 years working inside the Matrix to do actually something that I'm passionate about, without being afraid of being a fool or looking like an amateur or not succeeding or ruining my career or becoming unemployable because I'm putting something out there into the public domain. It's enough. It's enough fear. It's enough conditioning. So I guess what I would like to do is I would like to just say a small prayer, and maybe you can join me in that prayer, because prayers are powerful. They're a way for us to retrain our minds and our nervous systems, and they are a way for us to connect with something beyond us. So that prayer I would like to say would be: world, life, higher power, universe, oh God, whatever your name might be, please help me break free. I'm tired of waking up every day and living through the same cycles over and over again. I'm tired of being afraid to change my status quo. I'm tired of trying and failing. I place my life, I place my livelihood, I place my dignity, I place my honor, and I place my future fate in your hands. And I don't even know what it is that I need to do. I don't even know if I need to show up in a certain way, or record a video, or do something offline, or build a product, or start a company, or go get employed again. I don't know what to do. I have no idea. So please show me the way. I don't want to be living in this cycle in the Matrix anymore. I don't mind staying in the Matrix, but I want to be free. If you want me to leave, to go to Bali or to India or to, I don't know, some exotic place, then tell me. I will do that. Show me the way. I will do that. I am not afraid to leave everything behind. I'm not afraid to live like a monk. I would be so happy to live like a monk, but I do not want to run away from life. If you want me to stay here and just be able to express myself authentically, because that is my goal. All I want to do is just to be here, present, and to express myself authentically. Nothing more and nothing less. If I need to travel to do that, show me the way. If I can stay here and do that, show me the way. If I need to get a job and do that, show me the way. But please put me on that path. Please help me reach that place, because that is all that my heart desires, and that is all that we deserve. That is the highest thing that we can aim for as human beings. And that is something that we all deserve in this world. People all around the world talk about success. They talk about making it in life. Governments and companies talk about development, talk about economic success stories. It's all bullshit. The true and real success actually comes from being able to connect with something within us and just being able to share it openly and being able to be free in the way that we express ourselves. And obviously this is my family knocking on my door, so I guess this is a great way to end this video. Love you very much, and always hope to stay connected.